Tucci, and you are watching Gov's Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple minutes, this is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent.
Tony, welcome to Gov.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on? What? Alright, you go in, Tony. Good.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knock 'em Dead radio show. They're gonna keep knocking 'em dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio.
I just want to say thanks for making my millennium. Oh my gosh. Well, it's a love fest.
Yeah, you heard that story.
Yeah.
So I guess, should I tell it again?
Oh, yeah, if you want. I mean, yeah.
You know, you guys are into comedy. Does it really help when somebody gives the punchline?
party never ends. Knock 'em dead. Knock 'em dead. Comedy show. You're throwing out your tricks. I'm gonna get my sticks. The mic is live and clear for you and all to hear. Knock 'em dead. Knock 'em dead. Comedy show.
Okay.
I just don't remember the names of the other people.
Hi, everybody. It's Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, Facebook, YouTube. Do all that social media stuff, please, and share the link. Subscribe and follow, all that stuff. Tell everybody you know about all the great shows here at Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. Tell everybody you know about all the great shows here at Governor's Comedy Clubs, all three of them. The Brokerage in Belmore, Governor's here in Levittown, and McGuire's in Bohemia. Yeah, and comment and say hi. We're all here. We're coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club. And Jeff is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
John Rusiello is already commenting. Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. Great to see you, Jeff.
Oh, I thank you, John.
What am I, an onion? It's not great to see me, you son of a bitch.
I guess he's used to seeing you.
Yeah,
only
true.
once a week.
Yeah, we talk all the time and
Yeah,
stuff.
you know.
Yeah, he's right. He's right. All right. We got some stuff to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get through the serious stuff first. All right.
Ooh.
So first, my condolences to my wife Lisa and her family. They had a death in the family this morning.
Oh, this morning.
This morning.
Oh.
Well, it was. They kind of knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Her aunt. So Lisa's father was an only child, but there were these three siblings who were cousins of his that were like brothers and sisters to him. So he grew up with them. So they were close to this particular family. So so her aunt, who was very close to her father. Her father died in 2022, and then this aunt died this morning. So all the best to Lisa and the family.
Indeed.
But I also wanted something to discuss with you.
With me.
North Idaho. Did you hear what happened over there?
No.
So the fire department, they get a call that there's a brush fire somewhere in North Idaho. Do I have it? The town? Canfield Mountain, wherever that is. Like it matters, right?
Somewhere in North Idaho.
Somewhere in North Idaho, they get a call for brush fire. The fire department, does whatever they do. They congregate, they get in the trucks, they go out there.
Put the wet stuff on the red stuff.
The wet stuff on the red stuff. I've never heard that.
No? Really?
No, I've never heard that. At least when it comes to fires.
Okay.
They respond. There is a brush fire. That authorities have not confirmed yet, but they're thinking was deliberate because once they get out there and they see this brush fire, boom, some jackass comes out of nowhere and starts firing at them.
Oh, shit.
Killed the fireman, injured two others.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, you didn't hear about this, huh?
No, I did not.
This happened yesterday.
Yeah, so that was that. It was an ambush. Absolutely.
Total ambush.
Total ambush.
But they don't, and authorities have said this is what we think, but they don't have, or they haven't announced that's definitely what happened at this point. But it definitely looks that way.
That's unbelievable.
And then, wow, the Kootenai, Kootenai, Kootenai County Sheriff's Office responded because he shot at them and he got away. But a responding SWAT team located a dead man with a rifle nearby. So they're assuming that he killed himself after he did this. Excuse me. Plus, because they didn't know exactly what was going on, they get there. This guy opened fire, then he takes off. So the firemen were pulled out of this scene. which meant the brush fire continued and it spread.
Sure. Yeah.
So, two firefighters have been killed.
Oh man,
forgive me. I read that wrong. I thought it was one was killed, two were injured. Two were killed, one was injured, but that fireman, not out of the woods yet, but they said he's stable. But yeah, so the brush fire spread because the firemen had to stay out of the area in case there were more, in case they knew what exactly was going on.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until
you could have booby traps set up in the woods too.
Sure,
you're knocking the fire down. You're advancing into the woods more.
That's an excellent point. Right. So this happened at 2 p.m. They didn't find this dead body until 9 o'clock last night, their time. So all that time, the fire is burning.
Yeah.
So who knows if there's anybody else in danger from the fire? Who knows if any more firemen will get injured as they battle this blaze? So so I guess more information will be coming out. But I thought about you immediately when I heard that. That's just
crazy,
terrible,
absolutely terrible.
Unfortunately, he got to
He took the easy way.
The coward that he is, took the easy way out. And now I'm also waiting. John says, sorry for your loss. Thank you, John. I'm also waiting. Speaking of John, I'm waiting for Ann to sign on. I don't see her yet. Ann posted yesterday on Facebook, right across the street from her house, a neighbor, another house, exploded. Not once, not twice, not 3 times. There were 4 separate explosions from this house. She said catty-cornered from her, right, like from one corner to another.
Shit.
And she posted a picture. You just see this ball of fire above her. But yeah, she said it was literally across the street. She goes, we had no idea what was going on. In fact, you know what? Let me check her Facebook now to see if she. I haven't checked since yesterday.
They had some ordnance devices in their house stored or something.
It seemed, something's not right. It seemed very odd. Let's see if she posted any updates. I just glad she's okay.
That's crazy.
Let's see. I don't. So here's. So it's a video of all the smoke and stuff.
Wow.
There were 4 explosions as we were walking outside. Here's what I know and witnessed. It's a house and a car. Ambulance was called for victim possible burns. This is across the street from me. So
crazy.
Jeez. So waiting to hear.
Shit going on.
Yeah, I thought. Definitely a weird way to start the week off. But and if you're watching, or if you watch this later, or whatever, or if you talk to your Romeo, we wish you well. Joe says, "Morning all." Joe who? Joe, who are you?
Yeah, Joe.
But thanks for watching, whoever
you are. Thanks for watching, Joe.
All right, let's. And then the last negative thing I want to talk about are these damn Mets.
Oh, we gotta talk about the Mets.
Killing me. Oh,
it's. I just don't get it.
Thank goodness they have a day off today. They can't lose.
Can't lose today. Cannot lose today. I don't know what's going on there.
That's just a mess. I just
don't.
They've won 3 of their last. I think
15.
I think it's more than that. I think 3 of their last 17 or 18. It's unbelievable. Oh, Joe, that's Beansy. Hi, Beansy.
And the game you went to,
they lost.
Yeah.
And then the next night they won, and they won again the night after that, and then right back to losing after that. It's it's just been a mess.
Yeah.
And how do you get swept by freaking Pittsburgh?
Oh,
those guys are terrible.
Teams.
Right.
Terrible.
Tonight at Mulcahy's, which is a club, about 10 minutes away from here, south, Pete Alonso is doing a signing.
Oh, really?
So maybe Peter Schwartz, who does Sports Bash Tuesdays and Thursdays, he lives in Wantor. So maybe we'll tell Peter, go over there and yell at Pete.
Something.
Yell at Alonso.
Ask him what the hell's going on.
Really?
What's he doing a signing in for some sort of charity?
Oh, I don't know.
He didn't write a book or nothing. I know that.
Not that I know of. No, it's just
maybe an appearance for Mulcahy's.
Yeah, money making event. I mean, Pete Alonso is actually a pretty charitable guy.
Yeah,
so
very.
Yeah. There might be a charity involved. I don't know. I was thinking of going. I don't
was
even
gonna
know
say,
if you
you
still
going
go,
or what?
but I'm supposed to be shooting a video tonight with Fat J. So, and Fat J, meanwhile, lives almost walking distance from Mulcahy's.
Oh, yeah?
And he's a crazy. He's
Oh,
like me.
he's-
He's a big
he's
baseball
funny.
guy. Oh, he's hilarious.
Love Jay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to making this video with him. It'll be a lot of fun because I love being around him and I get to work with him, so that'll be fun. But yeah, I mean, as of now, we were supposed to do it last week. It got canceled, so I don't know if it gets pushed back or anything. I might try and get in there tonight. I don't have
Let
to
me know.
see. All right, I will. Jeff Posey says good morning. Good morning, Jeff. All right, Beansy says diehard Met fan here, and they seriously sucked the big one. Yes, it's ridiculous. Oh man,
Oh, yeah.
I just can't believe it. But speaking of Pittsburgh, the other news this weekend: Dave Parker died. Dave Parker was, a big part of that Pittsburgh team in the late '70s when they were winning a lot. Great ball player, man.
Saw that one, yep.
What a great ball player. Although, sticking with our Mets, Dave Parker is a big part in Mets history. That wild game in Cincinnati in 1986 when Ray Knight got into that crazy fight with Eric Davis. One of the craziest brawls ever. But that turned into one of the craziest games ever because several people got thrown out of that game for the fight. So Gary Carter ended up playing third base for the first time in his career.
I think I remember that.
And they kept hitting the ball to him, hoping that he would mess it up, and he did beautifully.
Yeah, I remember that.
They kept switching off. They had Roger McDowell on the mound and Jesse Orozco in the outfield, and then kept switching them back and forth to pitch.
Depending on the batter.
Right, depending on lefty or righty. Actually, was that, or am I mixing up my games? No, you know what? No, it was that game. It was that game. Yeah, it was that game. And, so Orozco and McDowell kept switching positions. And, it was just a great. Oh, and then the bottom of the ninth, the Mets were, top of the ninth, Mets were losing. They tied it up. And then, did they tie it up or were they down by 1 run? And they had men on base. Routine fly ball to right field. There's Dave Parker. Puts his hand up. Boom. Bounces right off his glove and bounces away. The Mets end up scoring the winning run, and then they eventually won the game. Dave Parker boom. He just booted it. I mean, it was a routine play. And then you see him afterwards. He's out in the outfield like cursing at himself. Just one of the most memorable, craziest Met games. So, so there you go. All right. Bigger and better stuff. All right, let's talk about the weekend. You, my friend, I'm mad. I shouldn't be mad. I had a good weekend. Saturday, I had to go to an engagement party. Don Sill, his sister Melissa, her oldest, graduated high school. So we were all there. Me and Don were there hanging out, and me and Lisa and the kids and the family. So that was nice.
Yeah.
No complaints. Always enjoy family time. However, I would have loved to have come here Saturday night to see Megan Hanley, who you guys saw in here last Monday.
Mary and I came. What a great show.
Yeah?
Great show.
Now, and I don't know the other comedians that were on the show with her.
I forget his, but very good.
Yeah, both of them, yeah?
Yeah, he was the host girl. Again, I forget the names because my brain is mush. She was good. The guy that came on right before Megan, I can't believe it's escaping me. Funny.
Yeah.
Just really good.
Really?
Yeah. Really good. And Megan, ton of energy she's got when she's doing her show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
She was a little subdued with us last week.
Yeah, I would say, consider now that I've seen her show, she was like...
Because she's
awesome.
Normally, like what you saw on stage is normally even her personality.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when I've been with her other times, she was tired. She did a lot of traveling, just came back the day before. Yeah, I was actually shocked that she even came in.
What a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely happy with
Lots of energy, a lot of fun, mostly clean.
Yeah.
Hardly any cursing, right?
Yeah, very.
Yeah, she doesn't really go there.
Yeah,
which is fine. Not complaining. She's very much like like hanging out with like the girl next door, hanging out, just having a good laugh with a friend.
Yeah.
She's a lot of fun. I
wish
get a
I
kick
could.
out of it.
Is there a way to find the flyer for that? Because I feel bad. I forget the other two people's
Oh,
names.
all right. Let me see what I
feel
can.
terrible not mentioning. They were very good.
Yeah, let me see what I can find here.
But man, I tell you, like I said, I was like, she's got some energy, man. We didn't stay long enough to chat with her after the show. Didn't even see her or anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was talking with family and stuff down the hall. So Mary's like, "Nah, let's not bother." I was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna bug her."
Oh, wow.
So
did she see you? Like, give you a wave?
No, she didn't.
Oh, wow.
Didn't see me. I didn't want to go. Hey, Megan, Mary, and I are here.
Yeah,
a little weird. I feel like, who's this guy?
So Megan O'Malley.
There was another Megan, yeah,
and Charles McBee.
That's it. Very good. He he had some good stories.
Yeah,
but
and Megan Hanley looking great as ever.
Excellent. It was, like I said, it was such a good time. Such a good time.
So there's Megan outside the Giggle Room that night, and then I'll show you Megan O'Malley and what was it? Charles McBee? Is that what I said?
I believe so.
It was definitely McBee. I think it was Charles. Whoops. There we go. There they are. That's at the Giggle Room Saturday night.
Yeah, it's a bummer you couldn't make it.
Yeah, I was actually Charles McBee. Yeah, I was actually looking forward to it. I totally messed up this weekend. I forgot that we had the graduation party, and I all week was like, oh yeah, Friday night's gonna be fun. Sorry, Saturday night. Saturday night's gonna be fun. Good to see the show. And then yesterday, my buddies from the Uncle Louie Variety Show were here at Governor's. Last night. Same thing. I'm like, oh, I can't wait. Because I love those guys. I love their show. They're very supportive to the studio. They've been in here a lot. And so I always love when they come to town. So I was looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I even talked to Don on Saturday and said, okay, Sunday, let's get to the studio. Totally forgetting that for like a month now, Lisa and I had planned to take Sammy. Sammy, they have this this mall in Jersey, the All American Mall, the Great American Mall,
something like that. Yeah, it's over by the stadium, isn't it?
It's right there in the same complex as MetLife Stadium. Right. Yeah, this place. So yes, and they have this the Nickelodeon experience, the Nickelodeon World.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's an amusement park, a Nickelodeon themed indoor amusement park, right? Which was interesting in itself. It's a little, it's based for the little guys, but Sammy's on the spectrum, and she still watches Drake and Josh and iCarly and those Nickelodeon shows, and she still loves SpongeBob. So she wants
many adults of our age.
And I'll admit flat out, I took Sammy to see the SpongeBob Broadway show when it was out, and we got front row seats. I thought it was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was very well done, and the guy that played SpongeBob, this guy was like all over, and I mean all over the place. Like they had it. The set was just unbelievable. Like. This guy was like climbing things and doing acrobatics, and like this guy was something. This guy's in good shape. Yeah, we had front row. Yeah,
didn't know you had it like that.
What's that?
Didn't know you had it like that. Mess around. Huh?
Well, yeah, and I'm still paying for those tickets. It was a birthday present for Sammy.
Of course.
So Sammy's my weakness, man.
Expense.
I'm sure you get it.
Yeah,
she is my weakness. That kid. She's just so good too. Like she doesn't ask for much. Her favorite thing is just being home watching TV. Every holiday, every birthday, Sammy, what do you want? I don't know. She loves stuffed animals, so we just usually end up getting her stuffed animals. Or if she does ask for stuff, it totals up to like $50. Like Sammy, come on. So when she asks about going to this place, like, yeah, we definitely got to take her because she doesn't ask for much. Mm-hmm. And she did. We got there. It's all she was talking about for a few days. We get there, big smiles, and she loves roller coasters and rides. So yeah, this place is nuts, man. It's the All American Mall, the American Mall, the Great American Mall. I forget. I was just there yesterday. I'm already forgetting. Indoor amusement park, indoor year-round ski slopes.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
You walk into a mall and there's people carrying their skis. What the indoor water park. Now, I didn't go check out the skiing or the water park. We just went to Nickelodeon. We spent, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours there, and then we came home. So, plus it's a regular mall.
Yeah.
And it's big. The only thing outdoors is some huge Ferris wheel that is outdoors, but we didn't even go on that. Yeah, it was something. But yeah, so we had fun. So I totally forgot that that's what we were doing. So I didn't get here yesterday either to see the Uncle Louie guys. So, so it was weird. Like, I had a great weekend, but at the same time I was upset that I couldn't get here.
Anna's on filling everybody in.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
All right, let me go back.
Evidently, some guy was working on his car in the garage. This is what I said, not about the car, but he was working on it. He caused a spark, and it ended up hitting some hidden fireworks. So I said he had some kind of devices in that house, and he's unfortunately in critical condition with burns.
Oh, my goodness. Me and my grandson saw the garage blow up. Prayers to the guy. Yeah, that is. Yeah, absolutely. Prayers to the guy and his family. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Caddy corner across the street from us. Right. Well, yeah. I didn't show it to you guys. The two of us just looked at it. You guys got to see us watching a video.
Yes.
That Ann shot. It's literally caddy corner from her house, right across the corner there. That's terrible. So, wow. Just spark something. And then just lights up.
He must have been maybe was he welding something? Who knows?
Yeah.
He could have been welding something. And
but what are the chances of that? Or is that? You tell me. Is that a common thing?
Which part?
Well, like this, to spark something. Well, sparking something causing like a spark catching drapes or starting a fire.
Sometimes, people working in their houses, or if a plumber's working on some pipe, sweating some pipe, he doesn't put a barrier there in the wall. People have lit their houses on fire like that.
but fireworks, though. Have you ever heard a lot about that?
Well, in a sense of maybe it's just a house fire, and all of a sudden, they didn't know, they didn't tell you they had fireworks in there, and there's fireworks going off. You find out real quick, but
Oh wow, yeah.
Especially in the places like New York that are illegal, people got to hide the fireworks.
Right. Well, yeah. And are fireworks illegal in California? Or do you know? I have no idea.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I know Pennsylvania they're legal. Ohio they're legal. But have you actually heard about a spark lighting, igniting fireworks? Wow. Yeah. I once shot a bottle rocket at the house I used to have in Hicksville. I shot a bottle rocket once, man. I don't know why, but it, of course it's facing up, but just as I lit it and walked away from it, it went, and it went down my driveway, made a right, then made a left, so it went across the street, up a neighbor's driveway that lived across the street, and then blew under her car. And I did. And I just stood there for a second because I did. I was like, oh my God, I think I just blew this lady's car up, and nothing happened. I was like, oh, thank God. So I start walking up the driveway, and I said to myself, that's it. I'm not doing fireworks anymore tonight. I'm walking up my driveway, about to walk in my door, and all of a sudden I hear, I saw that. It was the lady whose house it was. I just went, sorry. I went in the house.
Apologies, it tipped out of the bottle.
Yeah. Sorry, blew up your car. But that's just crazy, man. And now he's in critical condition. That's terrible. Wow.
Oh, Mr. Bosey. Yes, he did. We did bump into each other Saturday night.
Oh, did you? You saw Bosey?
Oh, yeah. He
Saturday?
was here. He was talking to the girl behind the bar about something, and Mary and I walked up, and I said, "God, I hope that freaking Jeff Bosey character isn't here. Otherwise, I'm getting the hell out of here." And he goes, "Don't ever serve anybody named Jeff Scelzi." And I said, "Oh, hey, Jeff."
Did he? Now you were here that night.
Yep.
Bosey was
Shortly.
when who were we seeing that night? Oh, when we came to see Tyler.
Oh yeah,
Tyler, who's not here today. I have no idea why.
Yeah, that freaking Ty. He's been absent lately.
He probably flew back to Italy.
Who knows?
Oh, I think I'll do a comedy show in Italy.
Gonna do a comedy show in Italy.
Daddy.
Ciao.
Daddy.
Ciao for now.
May I get the keys to the jet,
Yes.
Daddy? Good morning, sir.
Johnny.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday, guys.
Happy Monday to you.
Happy Monday.
You had a nice weekend with family, yes?
Oh, it was awesome. It was, but I got to tell you, they're gone, and I'm happy that they're home safe. But it's a bittersweet. You don't want them to go, but in the same time, it's a little rough when you have little kids running around at my age, and it's all the chaos. I like the peace and quiet, but it was fantastic. Dawn had a great time. She went to Disney, and it was just a fabulous weekend. Unfortunately, the weather was good, and their plane got delayed. In fact, it got canceled.
Oh, wow.
So Dawn had to get up 4:30 in the morning and take him to the airport to catch the 7 o'clock flight out of Palm Beach. So that was.
What were they doing, flying JetBlue?
Yeah, no, United.
Ah.
Oh, no, I was correct. It was JetBlue. I apologize. Dawn just corrected me.
How did I know?
It was JetBlue.
Yeah,
I
how
thought it
did
was
you know
United,
that?
but Palm Beach Island is a great airport. It's a fantastic airport. But unfortunately, when there's thunderstorms all over the East Coast,
Yeah.
it
backs things up a bit.
Yeah, and it was 400 flights canceled yesterday.
Wow.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was on the news. But I want to comment on your attire, Mr. Scelzi. You're very patriotic, as I see.
Indeed, sir.
Yes, you have the spirit. All right, of our nation's wonderful weekend.
I'm wearing it a few days early, I know, but
No. It's the whole week.
Yeah, true.
Are you guys planning any special things for the 4th?
No?
I have nothing planned.
I'll be here. I'm actually going to be here. Because I like coming in here on holidays and celebrating. I find it's a fun way to kick off a holiday celebration by coming in here. So I will be here Friday. Greg Halverson will be here.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and I'm going to see who else is around. Like people who normally are working who have the day off. Maybe get some, local comedians or something in here. I'm working on it.
Well, thank you for that. Your shows are always the greatest and lift my spirits up.
Thank you,
and I
Tom.
understand that you're going to see Fat Jay tonight.
As of now, we are scheduled. Yes, we are going to make because he makes a lot of those short TikTok, Instagram, 30-second, 30 or 60-second videos, and some of them go viral. He's starting to build up in this world. So yeah, he asked me to be in one. So I'm gonna. So as of tonight, as of now, yes, we are doing it tonight. Yes.
Well, that's marvelous. Please send him my deepest regards.
I shall.
Fat Jay is running a close second to Tony Walker in my book.
Whoa! Oh, all right. Well, maybe I'll have to
guess I'm
take him out then. Are you third?
I guess.
Well, he's full of shit. Diane is first. Rosie is second.
Oh, so we're really.
Why do you have to break my balls? You started the show breaking my balls, but I'm not saying. Oh, I didn't say hello to you. Why do you got to break my balls Monday morning? Why?
I'm just speaking the truth here.
Does it make you happy to break my chops?
I mean, are you disputing this? Should I tell Diane next Tuesday that she's number 5? And it's nothing but sloppy, ugly men before her?
Listen, you're not in the same category. Hold on, my wife wants to say something to you. She's going to yell at you.
Tony, I love it when you break his balls. Keep doing it.
I'll make you a deal. I'll keep doing it as long as you give him those little shots in the leg there. What do you call those?
Dead leg.
The dead leg, right.
Oh, dead legs were the worst.
It's hilarious when she does it to him.
It's a different category with the ladies. All right?
That's the point I was making. That's all.
World.
That's all I was saying. Is that the ladies, come first. That's all I said. I didn't bust your balls.
Yeah, you did. Go. Listen, have a nice show. Jeff, I'm sorry for your troubles.
It's all right. That's all good, John. Appreciate that. Appreciate it.
Oh, is he gone? Okay, bye. I actually was going to tell him something, but I'm sorry. What were you pointing at?
The real number one.
Oh, yeah, we all know. All right, well, let's catch up on the comments here. Yes, Ann says, Tony's, yes, safe and sane What? Yes, safe,
sane,
and
are
sane
legal.
are legal.
I guess like the
fireworks.
Yeah, and fireworks. Yeah, but not the not like the mortars that people get shooting.
Oh, I see what she's saying right there. Safe,
not the
right.
big crazy shit.
Right. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. So certain fireworks are legal, she's saying. Some aren't, because some people are getting illegal ones out of Nevada and Mexico. I see. Fremder, I have to read this in advance.
Yeah, no, it's not terrible.
Yeah. I'm not going to read the last line, but yeah, he's saying the same thing happened to him. A neighbor across the street, the whole house went on fire because he thought it was a good idea to keep 200 pounds of fireworks in the garage.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I never went that crazy.
No, God. Well, that was clearly a person selling.
Well, oh yeah, you're right. I didn't even think of that.
Selling.
Yeah, that was the cool part. I remember my 20s because I was, my first wife had family in Ohio, so we used to drive out there all the time.
Really?
Oh, all the time.
Drive, huh?
Oh yeah, at least 9 hours.
Yeah.
I think once we did it in 7.5, but at least 9 hours.
8 of that was getting across Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah, Route 80 in Pennsylvania. I'm sorry, but Pennsylvania Route 80 is the most boring drive.
Pennsylvania is massive, man.
There's nothing to see. It's all woods. At night, there's hardly any lights. And then the worst was doing it during the winter. And we actually saw a really bad car accident once. We were driving out there, and nobody in her family had a car big enough for everybody to fit. So sometimes there'd be 2 or 3 cars of us going out there for a wedding or whatever the occasion was. And there was snow on the ground and an 18-wheeler. So jackknife, but all right. So here's the cab, and here's the trailer. So it jackknife, but
just kept going.
It was still going.
I've seen videos like that. Let me tell you,
it gets worse. We were behind. We were behind this tractor trailer, but my ex-wife's father was ahead of it. Trailer went right over his car. Went right over it. Didn't even touch him. But it went right over him.
Holy
yeah, and he had to pull over. And probably change his pants. Yeah, he was shaking up.
It didn't do anything to the car?
Didn't touch him.
It went right under?
This tractor trailer went right over. He was driving an Omni. Those things are tiny.
Luckily.
This tractor trailer slid right over and didn't touch. They made no contact. But he did. He pulled over and was as anybody would be. Yeah. He was completely shaken up, and I don't blame him. But another time we saw a tractor trailer jackknife. It went down the median, came up the other side, hit I think like 5 cars on the other side. Yeah, it was crazy.
Reminds you of the Chevy Chase vacation movie when he's driving along in a truckster. Next thing you know, he goes to avoid an oncoming truck, and he goes like this, and next thing you know, he's driving under the tractor trailer, and she's like, Clark!
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, with no Christy Brinkley moments. It's just, the bad moments, but,
Hey, Carol's on.
Oh, all right, let me catch up here. The ones when get the illegal fireworks are a big problem. Dogs flip out over the big booms. 2 weeks now.
Dogs, yeah.
Yeah. Tyler's in Italy with a mouthful of penne, says Fremder. Tyler did post this morning a video from England, from Italy.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's back there or
I don't think
that's
so.
just a video from a few weeks ago. I don't know.
Probably.
I know he was in town last week, but couldn't come in because he was working.
Yes.
4th of July nowadays are not fun out here because of illegal fireworks, says Ann. Wasn't that always the case? I mean, I remember my childhood was always full of illegal fireworks. I don't think it's gotten better.
Here in New York, that's all we could get is...
Yeah, but I don't think it's better or worse.
We always knew somebody selling,
Yes.
Back when we...
Oh, that's what I was saying before.
We always knew somebody selling.
That's what I was saying before. Going to Ohio, where it's legal, I was a freaking hero here, man. I would get a want list from everybody.
Yeah.
What do you guys want? What do you guys want? And I'd make a list, and I'd go there, and I would spend a ton of money, bring it back. Everybody would pay me back, but they'd be, again, I was a freaking hero.
Yeah. Well, when Mary and I go to the Poconos to my in-laws' house up there in Bushkill, there's fireworks stores, all off the highway there.
Yeah.
So one time, we stopped and got some things to bring back home. But, the trick is there, especially when you go into Pennsylvania, because Pennsylvania and New York, New Jersey borders are so close there.
Right.
They have detectives or cops, plainclothes, watching the firework places. And they're New York cops. John Russillo could probably attest to this. And so the trick is, don't stop there on your way home. Because I see New York license plates.
Right, sure.
So you don't stop there on your way home because that's when you get followed.
Right.
When they see that you're about to leave the state. You go in that direction, that means you're leaving the state.
Right.
Get it on your way up.
Oh, wow.
And then, you get it. Go
Right.
cab and hang out
so
for a
you're
couple of
going
days.
west, yeah.
And then, you got the stuff. And then when you're
Yeah.
coming home, boom, you bypass it and they're not watching you anymore.
It's the same thing as going out on a Friday night. Don't leave, be careful when you leave the bar. Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, people get busted like that all the time
All right,
coming out of Pennsylvania.
But to Ann's point, I don't personally think it's gotten any worse here anyway, and it's always been illegal here.
Yeah.
In fact, when we were kids in the 70s and 80s, cops were lenient, but you had to worry.
They just kind of would come down the block and say, guys, you shutting it down now?
Right.
And then they'd be on their way.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, though, I couldn't tell you the last time I've even seen a cop
come down the block.
on the 4th.
Yeah.
It just seems like it's a free-for-all. So maybe, to Ann's point, so maybe she's right. I don't know if I would label that worse. I mean, I enjoy the 4th, and I enjoy the fireworks.
Yeah.
My dog that I have right now, it doesn't faze him. Thank goodness.
Yeah, mine just start barking.
I used to have the pit bull. That thing was 75 pounds and nothing but solid muscle. That dog was the biggest pussy. That dog was scared of dogs his size and bigger.
Really?
Scared of them. He loved smaller dogs, but like if he had like thunder, freaked him out, and he would cry. 4th of July, he was a mess. This poor dog was a mess. But this dog I have now, one of the only good things about him, pain in my ass, this dog, but is fireworks. Yeah, he just hangs out. It doesn't bother him at all. And I'm happy you will be on the 4th. I have to stay home because of the dogs. Okay, yeah, we'll be on this Friday. Me and Greg Halverson will be here, and I'm going to try and get more people to come in and join us. Might try and get maybe a musician or two to come in and join us.
Maybe
it's
I'll
the 4th.
join you if I got nothing going on.
I did. I told you if you got nothing going on.
I guess
come on in.
we might. I don't know if we're going to go up to the
right.
Up to PA or not.
Yeah, I mean, most people, if you're not going away or anything, or, the celebrations don't start till, nighttime.
Yeah.
So I figured, why not come in?
Yeah, people figure they start barbecuing around 4 or 5.
Right. But still, so from 11 to 1, there's, unless you're hosting, maybe you got to prepare the house and get everything ready. But otherwise, you're just, you're not really doing much.
Yeah.
Some people have parades. Like here in Levittown, they have a big parade on the 4th. But yeah, there's really, other than that, there's really not much to do. So so Greg is already committed, and I'm going to try and get some other people. Ann was all excited. She said, "Hi, Dawn. Nice to hear your voice." John knew she was the one when it dawned on him. Oh, gosh. John, don't encourage Fremder. All right, and there's Carol, like Jeff said.
Yes, good morning.
Carol reached out to me the other day. I forget what day it was. She took a picture of a bunch of...
she was in Buc-ee's, wasn't she?
A bunch of Buc-ee's candies.
I knew you were going to say it.
And I did. I was like a puppy in the window. And then she wrote, she texted me. She goes, "I'm sorry. I forgot to send you a package before the summer. She can't do it during the summer. It melts.
It'll melt.
Yeah, it melts during the summer. So, but I appreciated the thought.
Yeah.
And I was, but it did make me sad. I was looking at my beloved Buc-ee's and
because I do remember that phone call when she said she was going to mix a package up for for you and I, and just send it one instead of paying double the postage, even though we'd just send her the money anyway. But
right,
yeah, and then it didn't arrive like you said. It was heartbreaking, actually.
I'm still not over it. No, I'm not over it. But then she sends the picture. It just kind of...
That was
it's like adding salt to the wound. And that was not her intention. Not her intention at all. It was kind of nice. Salt to the wound, but at the same time, it was like seeing a picture of a relative who I haven't seen in years. I was like, oh.
That you'll see eventually.
Right. So I'm like, there's my Buc-ee. Hi, Buc-ee. Good, Buc-ee. I'll see you soon. Love you.
Yeah.
It was like that.
Yeah.
And just knowing Carol is thinking of me always makes my day as well. And then to that, too, it made me think of, Carol's delicious box that she is nice enough to send out to us.
It'll come again soon.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, there's my honey.
Oh.
Oh, she said good
Oh,
morning.
there it is. Good
Yes.
morning. Good morning, beautiful. I hope it's all right to mention she's lost some weight. She looks fantastic.
Yeah, she's doing really
She
good.
posted a picture of you guys. It looked like a little selfie that you guys took at the house sometime over the weekend, yes?
Yeah, I think the night we went out. If I'm
Oh,
not
when you
mistaken.
came here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice picture. And
Yes.
But every picture she's been posting lately, you just see the progression. Like, she's losing a lot of weight. You better watch it.
I know. Tell me about it.
They'll all be.
She's already told me a few times I better watch it.
I bet. And then, and I noticed Mickey Delaney's not watching, that little prick. Did you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, Mary posted a picture of the two of them. She's got a great big smile on her face, and Mickey Delaney comments, "Better keep her away. One-leg Tony Walker will steal her."
Yeah.
Punch that little bastard in the face when I see you. I'll drive to Seattle and kick your ass. But speaking of the Buckies and looking at the picture, I wanted to tell Rusciello, but he hung up on us. In August, I'm going to Tampa to see an old friend who I haven't seen in a while, getting up in age. He's in his late 70s. He performed in a back in 2013. He performed in a concert with Elio in New York City. And there's a film of this. There's a video of this concert. Great video. I think I actually was promoting it a year or two ago when it came out. I think I showed some videos from it. This guy has never seen the video, and he's getting up in age. Reese Clark is his name. He's been on the show. He's been on the show once or twice. He was when Billy Joel stopped performing with bands and became a solo artist. Reese Clark was his first drummer.
Oh, no kidding.
And I've been friends with him for several years. And, he played with Elio. And, he's getting up in age. So it's one of those things like, let's go see the guy. His wife just passed a year or so ago. And, I understandably.
So he's a Long Islander originally?
No, he's actually not.
No.
He's from New Zealand.
Really?
Originally.
How did he hook up with Billy as his first drummer?
He was doing sessions in the city. He was a drummer,
okay.
found his way to New York City where he was doing a lot of sessions, and was introduced to Billy and just stuck with him.
Wow.
Even after he stayed with Billy for 4 or 5 years, and and there was no bad split or anything. They just kind of went their ways, and they've stayed good friends. In fact, when he did this concert with Elio, the very next day he hung out with Billy.
Oh, no kidding.
And I remember he sent us a picture or stuff with him and Billy.
Oh, cool.
So so he's so he's by himself down there in Tampa now, and so we just thought it was a good idea. Elio's actually coming in, and he's like, "Why don't you come with me? Let's go see him." And same thing when I went to see John. I'm only going for a day. Just gonna show him the video, hang out, have a meal, and then the following morning shooting right back home.
Oh yeah.
So
when you doing that? When is that?
August. The last week of August.
Oh, okay.
Leaving.
So my friends from the UK will be here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, that's too bad.
Well, if you're only going, they're going to be here all week.
Oh, all right. All right. So we can figure out another day to bring them in that week.
Yeah. But speaking of,
I'm leaving that Monday, the last week of August, the 25th, I think that is, and then coming back the morning of the 27th. And then even the week before, me and the family we're going to Graceland.
Oh, cool.
For a few days.
Nice. And Don was just there, wasn't he? Was it Don?
Yeah, it's funny. He did post it. I think I'm not sure when that was. But he wasn't just there. But he was there recently, I believe. And speaking of Don, I brought it up the other day on the show. Yep, thank you,
Don.
I brought it up on the show the other day, and then Don brought it up briefly when we did Green Room last week, talking about how he's moving to D.C. for work. Well, it turns out, although it's not official, but it looks like it's not happening after all.
Oh.
So there were some issues on their end, not Don's end.
Right.
Yeah, there might be like some internal stuff going on. It has nothing to do with Don, or it's not like
the corporation he was going to go work.
Yeah, they didn't officially pull the offer. He never even officially got the offer. They offered it to him word of mouth. They brought him down there, gave him a tour, discussed things. Basically, it just looks like one of those things where somebody was jumping the gun.
Right.
It's not like he's unqualified or said he's not the right guy.
Yep.
Like I think if and when the time comes that they definitely need that position, I bet it would still be offered to him.
Good.
But
All right.
I think somebody jumped the gun. So
well, it's nice to see he's not leaving us.
Well, that's the thing. Like I was happy for him because it was a really big opportunity.
Good deal,
but happy for me because maybe now he'll be home.
Yeah.
Again, we'll see. But yeah, and of course I'll be happy if he's home. So
yeah.
So so that's the latest with that.
But going back to Ilio for a second,
okay,
Mr. Pace, who when my wife and I went over to the UK, he neglected to respond back.
Son of a bitch.
So now the next time we go, he's going to have to respond because I got friends in the UK that I sent them info about his shows, and our friends Charlie and Rob and their parent, they noticed that one of the shows are right near their house.
Nice.
They're like, oh, I said, check him out. I said, I've only seen videos. I've never seen him personally. I said, he's highly recommended. I said, they're like, oh, yeah, we might go check that out.
That's how I became friends with him. I watched videos, and I was like, oh, I like this guy. He's good, and he's a good showman. The energy, his concerts are fun. And then I reached out to him on Facebook one day. A friend requested him, and then wrote him a message. Really just thought I'd reach out and say, I'm really enjoying your stuff.
Yeah.
And it just went from there. And yeah, speaking of which, he just announced last week, he's doing a show next week. He's doing a show. And then I think it's September.
He has a whole lot of dates.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I think in September or October he's doing some dates. But then he just last week announced a big tour, I think for March, March and April of next year, where the big announcement was March 18th he's going back. This will be his second time at the London Palladium, that's a huge deal. And I remember saying it last time he played there. Playing the London Palladium is like playing Carnegie Hall or Radio City Music Hall here. It's the equivalent of that. So that's a big deal.
Yeah.
March 18th is when he's playing the London Palladium. I'm hoping that
get over there.
If I can, get the scratch together, that I can get a flight over there, pay for a flight over there and go see that show. Because I didn't get to see the last time he was there, and it really kind of bugged me. I did get over there to see a show, but that was a crazy day. That was when I went there, flew in, got because they're ahead of us, so I didn't get any sleep.
5 hours.
So I got there. I left here overnight. Got there, I think it was like 12 in the afternoon or something. Was with him by 4. Stayed for sound check, watched the show, and then got lost on the way home back to my hotel. So it took 3 hours to get back to my hotel. So I didn't get to bed till 3 in the morning, only to have to get up at 6 in the morning to fly back home.
Yeah.
So I wasn't even in England I think I was in England for 24 hours. And then, came right back home, which I'll probably, maybe I'll stay a day. It'll be something similar, but it'll be worth it. I had a blast, and I didn't mind. I was tired, but I didn't mind doing all that travel. So I might do it again to go see the London Palladium. I don't want to miss it. So we'll see. We'll see. No big difference, Ann says, from now and then. Oh, okay. Illegal fireworks make it sound like a war zone. True. Nothing like when we were growing up. Now, see, that's how I remember it, though, growing up. It always seemed to sound like a war zone to me. You would agree?
Yeah.
Or Bosie brings up a good point. Just don't wait until around the 4th to go pick up fireworks. Get them in the winter.
And then you got to store them. Don't forget.
Yeah, right.
Which is where those problems come in.
Bruciello, there is a task force with the New York State Troopers for 2 weeks before the 4th. Wow. In California, where Ann is, they only have a few officers. We hardly see law enforcement. Wow. Carol, every time we go, Zach always tells me to get chocolate for Mr. Tony. Is that what he calls me? Mr. Tony? He's got to get rid of that Mr. stuff. Fremder. Yeah. Not reading that. Women that like facial hair don't mind a little prick. All right. I read that one, Fremder. Tampa is 3 hours away from me on the West Coast. I'm on the East Coast. Right. That's why I'm telling you this. Because I wanted to let you know. I don't want to get yelled at for going down to Florida and not seeing you. But
Well, he's saying he'll drive to you. It's a little further down. He'll drive if you want to stay a day or two. And then you could...
Fremder, I don't know. Fremder's comments. When Elio travels, is his flight number 305? That's stupid. Jeff is well-trained, showing Don's pics. He's not the only one. A few people have done that, which I get a kick out of. Fremder, I'm not reading that one either. If you want, I will. You'll drive to me? Stay a
That's
day.
what he's saying.
He'll
drive to you, stay a day or two.
Yeah, but he's saying, I'll drive to you, stay a day or two with me, then leave from Palm Beach. So you'll drive to 3 hours to come get me, and then we'll drive 3 hours back to you?
Yeah, not sure what that part means there.
Yeah, but that's what he says, because then he says, then
Palm
leave
Beach
from...
is by his house?
Yeah, Palm Beach Airport. Yeah, he's like
so maybe he's
15
saying
minutes
he'll come
away.
pick you up.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like he's saying. John, that's super nice of you. I just don't know if
Especially
I can.
for somebody that breaks his balls like you do.
Well, true.
He's really going at it.
I'm really not worth it. Excuse me. I'm not sure if I can, John. So Tampa's near Orlando, right?
Well, it's different.
Like an hour.
Yeah, probably an hour or two. Yeah.
Because that's what
West Coast.
Because that's what Elio said. He might fly to Orlando, then to Tampa, which sounds good to me because my Aunt Marie, one of my mother's sisters, I believe, is near Orlando. So I was thinking of contacting her, maybe having some lunch with her when I fly in, then take the hour drive to Tampa to see my friends. But then, I have to get back. Yeah, if I go there Monday, meeting up with Elio, and then we're not seeing our friend until Tuesday. And then, I have to leave Wednesday. So John, I don't think I'll be able to do that. Because I want to get back Wednesday. Lisa's, she's not coming with me, so she'll be home with the kids for a few more days before she goes back to work. The kids are home. I think, so I don't know. Plus, and then I'm going to be out of here for a week and a half. From August 17th through the 27th.
Oh, yeah.
And I already told the hosts that I'll be back starting the 28th, so I can't. Yeah, I got to get back, John. I'm sorry. I don't think I'll be able to do that. All right. So that's that. I wanted to let John know because I figured, if I'm going to Florida, I better tell John. I don't want him to get mad.
Yeah. Don't want to upset my fan.
Right. I saw it. So I talked to you about the firefighters getting shot, unfortunately. Whenever I see an airport or a plane story, I wait for you. Did you see this Thai Lion Air flight departing Bangkok? Yeah, I figured that phone was going to ring. All right, we'll get back to that.
We'll get back to Bangkok.
We'll
once
get
you're
back
in Bangkok, it gets a hold of you.
That's what Jeff and I do after the show on Mondays. Don't yell at me.
I just heard that you're not gonna have a show for a week and a half because you're traveling.
That is correct.
Get your ass back to the studio. Forget about that. You can't stay with me. Stay with me on the weekends. I want shows, man. I want to see shows.
August 17th. Actually, no, the 18th. The 18th is that Monday. We're leaving that Monday. We're going to go to Graceland. I believe we're coming back that Thursday. And then that. So I'll be home for the weekend. But then that Monday, is when I go down to Tampa, and then I'm flying back Wednesday. Yeah, so I'll be out of here for a week and a half at the end of August.
Well, truth be told, it's well deserved. You really do deserve a great vacation, but you'll be sorely missed.
Thank you, pal. I appreciate that very much.
But if time permits, if your time permits, and you're on the West Coast, I have no problem driving to the West Coast, picking you up, driving to my house, have a couple of steaks, and you can leave at Palm Beach Island Airport if time permits. But obviously, it doesn't work. But anytime you want to do that, that's fine. I don't mind taking a drive to pick you up.
John, if you want to come meet us and hang out with us for the night, you're more than welcome. But I don't think I'd be able to go back and hang out at your house. But you want to come that Tuesday night and hang out with us, you're totally welcome.
Well, I appreciate it, but we'll see how it goes. But it's a nice reunion with your friends and stuff like that. So. We'll see how it goes. But like I said, anytime.
Thank you, pal.
Because you know what I do all week, besides listen to the comedy show.
Right. Yes, I do, and believe me, and I would love to. I would love to get back there and spend some more time with you. I would, but I just don't know if I can.
Again, I say it all the time. If you and your Monday co-host over there with the patriotic shirt. Because he gets back to work and you get on a plane, you got a place to stay, you got a place to hang out.
Well, we'll do it.
And Jeff, I'm sure you know about Palm Beach Island Airport. It's a great airport. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's one of the nicest airports I think I've ever been in, and I've been in a lot of airports in my time.
That one, and then there's one in South Carolina, and I don't know the name of it. That's really nice too.
South Carolina,
right by the border.
But I don't think that's an international airport. All right.
Oh,
anyway.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're right about that. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate because it's getting more and more flights. They're advertising more and more flights. Like now you can leave nonstop to LAX and stuff like that, which is scaring me because the more flight and the more business they get, the worse it's going to get. But right now, it's a great airport.
Yeah.
So
we'll definitely.
When you guys have time, come on down, and we'll have a great time down here.
Oh, we definitely will.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
All right.
Looking forward to some
later,
steaks.
guys.
See you, bud.
Right.
All right, Jack.
Oh yeah, those. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, we'll have a blast. The guy, him and his wife, they're just such great hosts, really. And you could sit and talk with him for hours, like you've known him for years.
Yep.
So this Lion Air flight departing an airport in Bangkok was delayed for about an hour or so because of a disruptive traveler. You're not aware of this one either?
Nope.
And it's really nothing. I mean, they had to remove this guy, but this guy was kind of big. Not kind of. He is. This man was big,
which is rare for an Asian.
Yeah, true. I'm not.
If he was.
Yeah, I don't even know if he was.
I don't know.
But it was just funny to me because this guy refused to leave. So airport security literally grabbed him by the arms and literally dragged him. So it was just funny. If you can go online and find this video.
The one
that one lady they did that to, right?
No, there was a guy. There was a guy they did that to a couple of years ago on United. It was all over social media and stuff.
Yeah,
the guy was like, just comply. If they tell you to get off, you're not going to win.
Right.
If they tell you need to get off the airplane because you're being disruptive, you're not going to win.
Right.
You're just going to delay everybody else while
Which
they get
makes
the
it worse for
authorities
you.
to come.
Right.
Because now if you're fighting with them and the authorities have to come get you, now it's a federal crime because it's on an aircraft. Get off.
Right.
Take your punishment. They'll rebook you if you're not an asshole, and you'll be on your way, but you delayed yourself. But yeah.
But it made me laugh to see them dragging this look like a 300-pound man. You just see them dragging, and somebody's taking video from their seats. You just see them go by. You know, it just made me laugh.
Yeah.
All right, so that was all that was. And now there was this other one in Texas.
What part of Texas?
Let's see. Yeah, Carol, you probably heard about this. Thursday, a highway was shut down for several hours after a 64-year-old woman crashed her car, gets out of the car, pulls out a lawn chair, puts the lawn chair in the middle of the highway. She sits down in it, pulls out a gun, and then just sits there like this on a lawn chair in the middle of a highway. And I saw a picture. It looked like, equivalent to the Long Island Expressway. Let me see if I have. And of course, that kicked off an hours-long standoff. Interstate 45 in the Spring area north of Houston. Spring is capital S, so I'm assuming that's the name of a town in Texas.
Yeah, probably.
Interstate 45 in the Spring area north of Houston. The incident ended peacefully when the woman finally surrendered. This woman has a history of mental illness, held a revolver in her hand, and it just was sitting there like this.
God,
crazy. The woman's daughter also arrived at the scene and was able to speak to her mother. And she intentionally crashed into the back of an 18-wheeler. And no one was hurt. Okay.
Good Lord. A lot of crazies out there.
Yeah, a lot of weird stuff going on. Also on Thursday, and I hope you saw this.
Probably not.
A video on Instagram was posted of a woman dancing in a white bikini while on vacation.
Nope.
It was while she's dancing, her partner's music was playing, so that's what she was dancing to. I'm talking about Halle Berry, who at age 58 still looks amazing. She's dancing in a white bikini, which, caught my attention.
It's very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
And then at the end of the video, Berry starts to laugh quickly, running out of the frame when her string bikini bottoms came loose. Thank you, Halle Berry. Thank you.
I'm sure the video's gone now.
I hope not. All right, let's get to the music part. Big Beatle fan like myself. Paul McCartney.
Mm-hmm. His 3 favorite albums.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
That's one thing I
did
heard
see
about. Yeah, well, a friend of mine sent me the link on that.
Interesting choice.
Yeah.
Do you remember what they were?
One was something, the big band something or other from the 60s.
Oh, you're killing me. See, this is when I get mad.
The band. I don't have it.
You don't know the band?
Oh, the band?
The band.
I thought it said
music.
I thought I saw the words the big band. I was like, what is that? I know the band.
Their famous album, Music by Big Pink.
That was it.
Music from Big Pink.
Yes, I knew there was a big in there by the band. Yes, I knew there was a big in there.
All right, you get half credit.
And then the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds.
Right.
And then
great album, Pet Sounds.
What was the?
Love that album. This one you should. This is the one I thought you would get right off the top of your head.
I know it, but it's there.
It's one of your favorites.
It's just not.
It's one of your
Neil
favorites.
Young. Yes,
Harvest.
That was a great album.
Harvest is a great album
too.
And Harvest Moon.
Yeah,
2 great albums.
The International Neil Young and the International Harvesters.
Right.
Yes.
See, that's what I'm saying.
That was my very first concert. My mom took me to.
Oh, really?
Neil
What
Young
year?
and the International Harvesters at Jones Beach. I believe it was 82 or 83, so 12 or 13 years old.
Nice.
And I remember because I wanted to go to this concert so bad. And I remember Mom would hear Neil Young on her radio station,
Your mom listened to Neil Young?
Well, it'd be on her station. Back, it was it was the old mom station, whatever. But
the old mom
it was
station,
probably like K-Joy.
Oh,
I could almost guarantee it was K-Joy.
Right. Well, yeah, that played like the lighter
so
side.
You would hear Old Man or
right,
stuff like
Heart
that.
of Gold.
Yeah, Heart of Gold.
Yeah.
So when I was like, Mom, I want to go. She's like, all right, and I got the tickets with my Newsday route money.
Yeah.
And so I remember going, and I'm like, it's my first concert. It's really cool. Jones Beach Theater. That's before they built the other section of it.
I hate Jones Beach Theater now.
I don't. I still
hate
love
it.
it.
They built it up way too much. It's too crowded. It's too noisy. It's too much. You got to pay. Yeah, you pay $10, but you're sitting in another country up there. It's too big. It used to be nice and intimate and cool. It drives me nuts now, man.
Yeah.
Remember, there was a time they didn't serve alcohol. You remember that?
Right. Yes.
So
they didn't serve it, but they were also it graduated to certain concerts you would have alcohol and certain ones you wouldn't. And the people who made that choice was the group MAD.
Oh,
Mothers
okay,
Against
yeah.
Drunk Drivers.
Yeah.
They determined and allowed alcohol, what events, and it was based on, I don't want to say the popularity of the artist, but based on the people that follow that artist. Are they this age, or what's their group? What's their, Oh,
I see, right.
But anyway, so let me go back to Mom.
Yeah.
So I was sitting there, and the show was awesome. My mother's like, I can't believe it's so loud. It's so loud. I'm like, come on.
Shut up, Mom.
It's Neil Young. I'm like, come on.
She didn't know that side of it.
She didn't know it would be
Like the
that
grunge
loud
side of
in a venue, in a concert venue.
He's singing "Hey Hey My My" and "Southern Man."
And
down by the river.
She's thinking she's going to hear it at like radio volume. I guess I don't know.
Right,
I can't ask her anymore. She's not with us, but But yeah, my first concert, Mom took me to.
Nice.
Yep.
First concert ever or first, like, rock concert?
No, first concert ever.
Ever?
12 years old. 12
Wow.
or 13. I forget which age. It was 12 or 13. It was no older than 13. And I still have a ticket stub at home somewhere.
Do you?
Yeah.
I stopped saving. I still have, when I was saving ticket stubs, I gave up saving them, but I still have the ones that I saved.
Yes.
Back in the 80s
Yeah,
and
so do
90s. But I wish I kept saving
Me
them.
too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good memory with Mom.
And that was the best, man. It just seemed like Newsday money. It just seemed like we were rich.
I know.
I bought a TV with that. I bought
Yeah.
a computer with that. And we're talking the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Computers were like a few $100.
I never, my mom being a single mom, I never got money from her for
Same
for
here.
anything.
Same here.
For
Single mom,
anything
too.
At all.
Right.
Anything I got as a kid, besides the Christmas albums you get and the records you really wanted, you get from Mom on Christmas, but everything
holidays,
else I
right.
really wanted, I had it
Right.
myself.
I had to stop. Well, I shouldn't say had to, but when we were 12, I was in HBA, Hicksville Baseball Association, and it was my best year. Like, I really started to like kind of come out a little bit and show some power. And I remember even a few coaches were starting to pay attention to me, and I was starting to get excited about it. And this is one of my big regrets. I do remember. So the following year, single mother, but I lived with my grandmother until I was 12, and then when I was 12, we moved into this apartment, and my mother's still in to this day, but now but now my mother's paying rent. I don't think she paid my grandmother. I think she helped out when she could, because my brother was very sickly too when we were kids, which we've talked about. So my mother, I don't think my mother, because my brother was so sick and our father was not around, my mother didn't really work. I think I was like 7 or 8 when she started working. Maybe even 9 or 10 now. I forget. But it was around that time. So when we moved, we didn't have grandma with us anymore, so it was solely her income. So same thing. It was tough. So so the following year for HBA, I knew we were struggling. We just went into this apartment, and I said, "No, Mom, you don't have to pay for that." And which is kind of a little. It was the right move. I don't regret that, but I do regret the fact that I wondered if I stayed with it, would I have gotten better, and things would have changed. But yeah, so 12 years old, getting a Newsday route.
Yeah,
I did. I would give my mother some money, help chip in, but it still felt rich, man. I was able to. I always had money in my pocket back then, man. And in fact, that's when we started hanging out.
Begged my mother for cable TV.
I never thought to do that.
We got it. I paid for it.
Really?
Yeah.
I never thought to do that because we didn't have cable until.
Yeah, had the whole box on the cable going.
Yeah, the whole
hit
box.
The buttons, channel button,
And then you hit the dial and
the dial to go to the next row of numbers.
You hit the dial, but then sometimes you'd hit 2 buttons on each row at the same time
so
to
you
get
the dirty
porn.
channel.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it would be all fuzzy, but you were still happy to have it. Yeah,
we were like,
but I didn't. Yeah, we didn't have cable till I think I was like 17 or 18.
Yeah, no,
I was older.
I begged her. I said, "I'll pay for it, Ma. I'll pay." It took a little while. It took me a little talking into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we got it, and I was like, "Well, I'll pay for it," and I did.
And that's when I started buying my own records and going to concerts.
Yeah.
Well, and then I've talked about it here on the show. You were the first one. My first rock concert was with you, Julian Lennon at Jones Beach, where you threw your glasses.
My
up
glasses,
on stage.
my blue round glasses, my blue round John Lennon sunglasses. And they went right through his feet. I was like,
yes,
oh,
I remember that. Yep. And then, so my first 2 rock concerts with you, because then just a month or 2 later, back at Jones Beach for Crosby, Stills and Nash.
Yeah.
And that was when I knew a handful of songs by those guys. Yeah. I'm not even sure why I went.
Thinks we'll never get that lineup again.
I know. But, did I fall in love with those guys?
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Dude, I have everything they've ever done. And even solo. I have everything, and I've seen them in all sorts of different configurations. And then we went again when we went to CSNY when they reunited for the first time in years.
Yeah.
That was a great day. Me and Rob Seyfarth.
That was awesome.
We went to opening day at Shea that afternoon, and then we took the train to Madison Square Garden where we met up with you to see the concert. Yeah, what a great day that was. Yeah, that was. But my first concert though was the Osmonds.
Yes, I remember you saying.
We'll move on.
If you get a chance, watch. There's a documentary. I forget which streaming network. If it's Apple, maybe, or whatever. It's called 1971, the year music changed everything. Changed everything or changed the world, one or the other.
Really?
Great documentary.
I'd never heard of it.
Great documentary.
Okay.
Yeah. 1971 it's called.
We just watched the Barbara Walters documentary.
Oh, I saw that on the...
Yeah, which I admit, I thought it was... Like, I was starting to wonder, like, why do I want to watch Barbara Walters?
That was probably pretty interesting, I bet.
Well, that was the thing. So as... It dawned on me as I'm watching it. It's like, oh, I wanted to watch this because as a guy that interviews people every day, that's why. Because, who interviewed better than Barbara Walters, man? She went for the jugular all the time, never held back, no fear. She was actually quite amazing. So I did find it very interesting.
Yeah.
However, I do think she was a little bit of a dick.
Oh, yeah?
Well, she had a daughter at home.
Right. Which she never really knew she had. Right?
No,
never really talked about.
Well, no, she knew she had the daughter. She adopted the daughter.
Oh, adopted daughter, okay.
But was working so much. She wasn't until really the daughter was like an adult where they finally kind of clicked and got along. The kid got pretty messed up from that. She got adopted by these, Barbara and her husband. By the time she's 4, her parents are divorced. And Barbara is like practically never around because she's working so much.
Right.
So this kid, of
Basically
course.
brought up by a nanny.
Yeah, which is bullshit.
Yeah.
So, of course, the kid got into drugs and had all sorts of issues. But thankfully, in her adult life, it seems like she's okay. But still, that's... And then there are other things. I don't want to give too much away because it's brand new.
Yeah.
But there are other things about her personal life that kind of makes her a little bit of a dick. So, now... Also, so we started this whole thing talking about music, talking about Paul McCartney's favorite 3 albums. Also, sticking with the music theme, Paul Simon is 83 years old. A few years ago, said he'd probably never tour again because he's old and has health issues and stuff. But this year, he started touring again. And but this past weekend... Paul Simon was forced to cancel 2 shows in Philadelphia due to chronic and intense back pain.
I was going to say, not that because I didn't hear that, but didn't he always had back issues, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, I think for a long time.
Yes.
But I think I think later in life he's had some hearing issues. And again, he's 83, so he's having issues. I mean, to be able to tour, do all that touring, and it's not that easy.
Well, Paul's 83 now.
But he appears to be much healthier.
A much younger 83,
Yeah. But I'm calling bullshit on Paul Simon.
Yeah.
Let me read this again.
Okay.
Paul Simon, at 83, has started touring again. This weekend, the singer was forced to cancel 2 scheduled shows in Philadelphia due to chronic and intense back pain. You guys hearing what I'm hearing here? Chronic and intense back pain in Philadelphia. Philadelphia is a pain in the ass. The people suck there. They are the worst sports fans. What?
They're a little rough there.
They're very rough there.
Yeah.
I think Paul Simon, as a New York guy, Paul Simon grew up in New York, major Yankee fan. I think Paul Simon saying, no, fuck Philly, P-H-U-C-K, fuck Philly. I am not going there. They suck. They're a pain in my ass. So that's when the people say, okay, pain in your ass? Okay, we'll say it's a back pain.
You would think he wouldn't have booked it in the first place.
Right. And then they even said, we don't know at this time if we can reschedule these shows. So they're giving out full refunds, which is, of course, is the right thing to do. But they're even, so they canceled the shows and they're saying, we don't know if we can even reschedule. And I'm saying, Paul Simon played here a few months ago, like a month or 2 ago, actually. He didn't have to cancel any of those shows. He did, I think, like 4 nights at the Beacon or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's what you get, Philly, for being jerks.
They'll never learn.
No, I don't think they will.
No, they'll never learn.
They make Yankee fans look like angels.
Yeah, and that's pretty hard to do as it is.
Exactly. So,
How does that go?
Exactly.
Thought so.
I don't know why I did that. All right, let's see what else is going on here.
Let's see.
Friender, Tony not here for a week. Like a pot boiling water, you will be missed. M-I-S-T. Oh, my goodness. I had a lot of fun the last time I was in South Carolina. Carol, it's more expensive to fly into Palm Beach than to Fort Lauderdale due to landing fees for airlines. Okay, but Palm Beach is a nicer airport. But yeah, but that makes a big difference. So yeah, I will not be going to Palm Beach. Spring, Texas is 4 hours away from Carroll. Okay.
Yeah, because I say Houston is almost 5 hours, so yeah.
Yeah. But John's saying, okay, Palm Beach is a more expensive airport, but it's worth it because you get to see John. Yeah, true. Oh, there's Vicky. Hi, Vicky. There's Andrea. Good morning. How was everyone's weekend? Good. Hope yours was as well. Agree, John. Says Carol. Boca is equal distance from Palm Beach and Fort Lauderdale. So either works for her. Okay. Friender, just heard on the news. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm not reading that one either. She can Hallie my Perry's. John's asking Andrea how she's feeling. That's very nice of you, John. Speaking of concerts, Counting Crows at the beach last night was amazing.
Oh, God.
Oh, Friender said that. Sorry, I thought Andrew said that. You're not a Counting Crows guy?
We went.
What, last night?
A couple of years ago to the beach.
To see them?
To see them.
Okay.
And he just wouldn't shut the hell up.
Mm-hmm. I saw them once.
I'm thinking, just friggin' sing, man. But he's talking about, and I was walking down the street in New York City. I was probably pretty high at the time, smoking a joint.
And
it's like,
crowd roars.
Yeah. And then he didn't play Mrs. Jones.
They didn't play Mrs. Jones? No. Mrs. Jones or Mr. Jones?
Or whatever. They didn't play
Jones,
the Jones song.
The Jones song.
Didn't even play it.
Wow. Yeah, that's messed up.
Mary and I were like, I said, it's probably going to be the last song. No.
Wow.
He was terrible.
Did they do a Long December? That's a good
I believe
tune.
so, yes.
I like that one.
Yeah. But I was like, I'll never go again.
Yeah.
I said, okay, we saw them. I will never go see them again.
I saw them, but only because they were opening for the Stones.
Okay.
This was back in, this was 30 years ago. That was 95. And I do remember him talking a lot, but they only had 1 or 2 albums out at the time. So, and that, I feel, was their best stuff.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it, but
he wouldn't shut up.
It was only like an hour, so that's enough.
Annoying. When you hear 10 minutes of chat between songs.
Oh, yeah, I hate that too.
You've lost interest. You're losing me.
Unless it's a real interesting, funny story. Most of the time it's not.
No.
And for these guys to not play Mr. Jones or Mrs. Jones, whatever Jones, how do you not do that? When I saw Meatloaf in 95, also 95 or 96, worst concert I ever saw, he did not do Paradise by the Dashboard Light. How do you not play that song?
Right.
Now, I understand. If you're
it's like Billy Joel not playing piano.
Exactly. I was just about to say that. It's like Paul McCartney not playing Hey Jude or Let It Be. I get it. These guys are probably so sick of these songs. But that's what these people are paying to hear.
Right.
Paying to hear.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Counting Crows, I'm sorry, but they're not Paul McCartney. They're not Billy Joel.
No.
You know, those guys
Just
have they have, in my opinion, maybe one album's worth of good material. Play your hits. Play your hits. I don't think anybody in this world has ever said, I really like the Counting Crows deep cuts. Play the hits.
Yeah. No.
Fremder, that's funny. No alcohol to beats, that makes me mad. MADD. That's funny. Andrew, question for Jeff. I just got a 3D printer. Which one does he have? I have the Cobra.
Yeah, I answered him on there. I'm thinking that was a real question because I don't.
Yeah, it seems like a real question. Andrea's first concert was Peter Frampton. Oh, that's a good first concert.
Yeah.
Fremder. I used to date a hot chick. I guess you could say I still love my Xbox. Ay, ay, ay.
Good.
The other day I saw a transgender begging for money. Go figure. They're always looking for change.
Andrea's a Yankee fan.
Andrea, you are an angel of a Yankee fan. No question. Absolutely. But a lot of Yankee fans aren't. That's all I got to say about that. Friend Paul Simon, you heard he's back. She says, Andrea says, John, I'm doing real well. Very good. Happy to hear that. Speaking of what Friender said, people begging for money. Going to Jersey yesterday with my daughter, going there and back. There was something I saw, but that I've seen before, but I saw it like 4 or 5 times yesterday, which I've never seen that much. So you can't leave or enter New York without traffic. So we left yesterday around 10 a.m. We were at I don't even know if it's called the Meadowlands anymore or not, but we were in that vicinity. It took us an hour and 15. I was like, holy shit, this was beautiful.
That's not bad.
We didn't have an ounce of traffic.
Really? Now, did you go over to GW or did you cut through Manhattan?
No, GW.
I hate that bridge. That bridge ruins every drive that you have to do going that way.
But we made it. No problem. And I said to my daughter, be prepared. Going home, this will not be the case. But on the way there, I saw. One of these days when I have nothing to do, I like to spend a day and just do the history of New York highways, like how it was all figured out and who was the architect and who built. Like, how did they figure all these veins and arteries out? Like, it's just insane to me. There's so many different parkways and different ways, and so I'm going from one parkway to another. I don't know where I was. And I'm about to get off an exit onto another parkway, and it's 2 lanes. 2 lanes getting off, 2 lanes going straight. So right in the middle of those 4 lanes, like right in the middle of that fork, is the homeless guy, and he's got his little cardboard sign.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm like, all right.
You usually see him on the ramp going up to the GW, too.
Right. But that's the thing. The ramp makes sense to me because they're slowing down. This guy was it was an off-ramp. It wasn't it was an off-ramp to get onto another highway. Like, this wasn't like an off-ramp to get into the local, right. Yeah. So, and I've seen that before, but it still took me by surprise. I remember thinking to myself, "Oh, this guy's got balls." But then coming home, like I said, there was traffic. Getting on the GW was a parking lot. There was, I saw 4 more people as we were going. But this time they weren't homeless people asking for money. One guy was selling bottles of water.
Yeah. Or fruit. You see the women
That's
selling
what I was about to say. There was a woman selling
stuff,
fruit. Another guy was selling bananas. I'm like, what the fuck? The woman selling the fruit, we were kind of going 30, 40 miles an hour. Like, that was one of those weird pockets where you have a little bit of speed.
Yeah.
But mostly you're in a parking lot. But I was like, man, these people are nuts. I mean, 30, 40 miles an hour is not the end of the world, but if somebody hits her, you can do some damage.
Oh, absolutely.
So I was just like, holy shit. I don't know. They had balls. And I'm like, and then I just was thinking to myself, is this going to become a common thing? Like,
I've seen that for years.
Yeah.
Years coming home, like, coming out of
but
jail.
that many? Like, it's that common? Like, you would see more than one?
I've been seeing it for years coming out of JFK, from day shift. A lot of times we'll stay on the south conduit just because the belt is so jammed up. So they're all in the traffic lights in the south conduit. And as soon as the light goes green, they go off to the side.
Right.
They're walking down the middle.
And
flowers.
Right.
Selling flowers.
I agree. I've seen that for years. These people are in the middle of whatever that highway is as you're approaching the George Washington, whatever highway that is. I don't even know. I'm bad, but I can tell you, I can get around Long Island with my eyes closed, but once I hit Queens, I love New York City. Love New York City, and I love going there, but I have no idea. Well, like so many people are like, I used to hang out at this comedy club on 83rd and 5th. And I'm like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
No idea. But I love it. But Nassau County, I know. But no, these guys are in the middle of the highway.
Yeah.
Standing on one of the white lines in between lanes.
That's crazy.
Like where the motorcycle riders go, that's where they are. And I'm like, that's not. Is that common to you for years too?
No, that's what I'm standing on the belt. They're on the conduit at the traffic lights intersections.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And maybe when there's no traffic, maybe I'm assuming they're not there. I hope not. But I still just found it weird, and to see. So the one homeless guy I saw on the way, but then the other one selling stuff were all on the way back. So that's 4 on the way home. So that just seemed excessive to me. I was like, man. And hey, whatever you got to do to make a buck, and that's an honest living. I'm not judging them.
Probably got more money in the bank than you and I.
Probably. Somebody told me, and I don't know if this is true, because we see them around here too. And we see the homeless guys with their cardboard boxes all over Long Island. Yeah. Somebody told me that that's actually a union gig, and they get assigned spots. Now, let me explain this. The reason why I might believe this is because you never see 2 together, like coincidentally going to the same spot. And there are times, there's a guy in Hicksville that I've seen at various spots in Hicksville. And when and if I see him today, if I saw him yesterday on a particular spot, today I'll see somebody else at that spot. And that guy I saw yesterday is in a different spot in Hicksville. So it does make me think. It's just like the guys you see playing instruments, on the subway and stuff. That's a union gig. That is a union gig. That's a fact.
Really?
Yeah, man. So yeah, I think those guys are actually all doing pretty well. It's crazy to me.
So weird.
Oh, absolutely, it's weird. All right, let's do comments and then we're gonna get out of here.
So you and I couldn't just go into a subway and start beating on a couple of buckets with some.
No.
Really.
Another musician or a union rep. From what I understand, it's usually the musician who's playing nearby. Like, no, this is not your spot. You got to go. And if you give them a hard time, then they call the union rep out. That I've never seen. That's what I've heard, though.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's like City Field. There's always that guy playing a guitar outside City's Field. You never see anybody else. Nobody else is like...
Or the guy with the dog with the pipe.
Yeah, true. I wonder if that's a union gig. Because you never see anybody else like, if I'm a guitar player, you know what? It's a good idea. I'll go to the other side of City Field. You don't see it. You're telling me nobody's ever attempted it? So I don't know. Anybody? Any of you guys know? I mean, we got to go, but as I read comments, maybe you guys can tell me. Let's see. Where was I? When Meatloaf died, the world lost 500 pounds, says Fremder. Paradise by the dashboard light of the hearse I'm in because I was unhealthy. Oh, my goodness. What? Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a pony. What a pussy. Who rides a pony? I don't know where that came from, but that made me laugh. Yes, Queen had a lot of deep cuts. Yeah. It was Long Island famous Robert Moses that made the cross Bronx to the GW Bridge.
Yeah, Robert Moses was big.
Yeah, and he was also a racist.
Was he?
That's why the Wanto Parkway, the Southern State Parkway, that's why those parkways have the low bridges.
Well, he didn't want the trucking from the city coming out in the buses.
He didn't want the buses carrying the black, because the black people.
I just heard city people. I never heard
it's a fact.
Really?
Yeah, he was a known racist.
I didn't know that.
This is we're going back to the 50s and before, where, black people still, they didn't have the money. They couldn't afford houses like the white people. He didn't want the buses to be able to take them out here to buy houses or to get work. Like, he was trying to keep them out.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just he didn't want the traffic of the buses and the trucks coming from the city.
Well, I'm
interesting.
Yeah, I think that's my guess is probably what he's saying at
maybe
the time.
how he put it out there.
Right, because you need the trucks to come in to deliver goods.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
By the way, he screwed that approach all up. Well, yeah, I mean, it's just a mess. All these different parkways.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what's
Mary
going on.
Mary and I dread the GW every time we go and come home from PA.
I hear you. Almost got arrested the other day because my navigation system told me to stop and get off here. Getting rear-ended while driving, otherwise known as the Deliverance. All right, Anna's saying, have a nice day, everyone. Yeah, we're going to get out of here. Thank you, pal.
Yeah, man.
We'll see you next week.
Back. Yep.
Absolutely.
Or maybe we'll see you on Friday. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that would be great.
Possible.
That would be wonderful. Today is Monday. Steve Squared tonight at 6:30, and that's all we got going on today. Tomorrow, we're not here tomorrow.
Oh, no?
No. Lisa's getting little cancer thing removed from her nose.
Okay.
So
good luck with that, Lise.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'm taking her to that.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously no Sports Bash, but Sports Bash will be on Wednesday afternoon instead. And tomorrow night, Chris Roach and Hershey and the Keys will be on. I'll be here tomorrow night to do those shows. So, so tomorrow, Coffee with the Dog at 9 a.m. Chris Roach at 7. Hershey and the Keys at 9. And then I'll be back Wednesday with Michael. And Sports Bash is going to do Wednesday afternoon instead. So there you go. And let's see. Oh, and it's a weird weekend here at the club because 4th of July is Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So the website doesn't show anything for the whole weekend here at the club.
Wow.
Yeah. So the next thing that's happening, the Laugh Off is, still going around, certain nights of the week. But the next thing, Governors related, July 9th, out in East Hampton, Tom Arnold. So go check that out.
Were you trying to get him in here?
I'm still trying to get him in here,
okay.
but it has appeared that I've been ghosted. They were talking to me.
Yeah, you did say that.
Yeah, I did have some contact with a guy, but
one of his people.
But it appears, that I've been ghosted.
Whatever, Tom.
I'm going to try. I'm going to keep trying in hopes of making that happen. But
and then we got a big show coming up soon too.
Oh, that's next week.
It's 10 days away.
Me, you, and Frank will be doing that. That's
Yep.
what, the 10th? Is
The
that
10th.
what, next Thursday?
Yeah.
Next Thursday.
A week from Thursday.
We're talking to May Pang, who was a steady girlfriend of John Lennon for
This is the first official notification everybody's getting right now.
Is it?
Here, yeah,
No,
we didn't. I don't think we said.
I think I may have brought it up. I think
Did you?
I did.
I didn't think we did.
I don't know. I'm not
I
sure.
don't remember. Anyway, May Pang is going to be with us July 10th
She
on
was
Zoom.
John Lennon's girlfriend for, what, about 2 years?
18 months or so, 2 years almost, before Yoko said, okay, I want him back now.
Right. It's a whole weird story.
Yeah, so
Yoko
weird.
actually May Pang worked for John and Yoko as an assistant. Yoko and John were splitting up. Yoko said to May Pang,
You
date
go be
John.
with him out there in
go
California.
to move to California and be with him.
Mm-hmm.
So she did.
Well, at first she was like, no, that's so weird. I work for you guys. But
she did it. Yeah. So that's next Thursday, July 10th. So yeah, that'll be cool. I wonder if she gets tired of talking about this shit.
That's one of the things I want to ask her.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, because I can't wait to go see her little art show that we'll have her discuss.
First
also.
week of August,
Yeah.
she's got an art show of photography out east. Sag Harbor, is it?
I think it's Sag Harbor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the first week
We'll
of
look it
August.
up. We'll
So
get all the pertinent info.
Well, yeah, we do our preparation without a doubt.
Yes.
But
yeah.
All right.
Looking forward to it.
On the way to the city, I had to pee so bad I gave a homeless person begging for change a $5 bill for a cup to pee in. The next day, the guy was selling cups for $5. Fremder, Robert Moses was pretty much said keep them in the city. Fremder, I'm not. Holy shit, I'm not reading that. All right, we're gonna go. govs.com. Check their schedule. See what they got going on. Don't forget Gov's Comedy Club podcast. And, of course, knockemdeadcomedy.com. Get info on us and hire us for your event. All right, everybody enjoy the rest of your day.
Happy and safe 4th of July. Don't do anything crazy.
Yeah, well.
Be careful.